So you want to know about the challenges that issuers are facing when they do their ESG reporting. Well, I'd like you to imagine a scenario. So you are the chief accounting officer or the financial controller at a very successful company. You care about the environment and doing the right thing. And so sustainability is close to the company's heart. And every year you put out an impact report. But you, as a CAO or the financial controller, you're not involved. You don't really know what's in the report. It never gets discussed on investor days. And there's some really great stuff in that impact report. It talks about diversity, it talks about greenhouse gas emissions, and it tells all these wonderful stories about what the company is doing. It's done by marketing and corporate communications. It's issued on the company's website, and there's a really big play in social media, especially around Earth Day. Now that is the situation that many companies find themselves in. So now let me give you a reality check about how the environment is changing in the situation we find ourselves in today. The SEC is coming close to issuing a final climate rule, which will require detailed disclosures by listed companies. There are rules in place already in the EU that affect many companies outside of the EU, including in the US. And internationally, we have new standards as well for ESG reporting from the International Sustainability Standards Board. So enter the accountant, enter the auditor. This is no longer something we could ignore. This is a requirements that are coming, and so it's affecting us in the financial lane. So the question is now, because all companies are facing this, what do you do? So in the scenario I gave you, let's imagine your journey a little bit more and where you sit now. You have to figure out, like, of all these regimes happening, of all these rules coming out, which are the ones that you will have to comply with, and which are the ones you better comply with because people are asking questions. And these questions are not just coming from the regulators. They're looking. You may have received a letter from the SEC staff already, but customers are asking questions from you, their key supplier. And also from investors, they're starting to ask as well. So if you now want to start asking questions, these are the ones that every company is asking themselves about that impact report that's been going out every year. It's like, who has been issuing this report? Who has been writing the stories? Who's been coming up with the metrics? Where did they get the data from? Like, what systems do they pull it from? Who checked it? Who has signed off on all of this? And where have we been communicating it? How far has it gone? And what have we actually been committing to in our impact report that you don't know about? And so this is where, as the auditor, the financial controller, this is where we start to get really interested. We need to pull all of this into the mainstream. This is a totally new and exciting era of financial reporting, because now we have our financial statements, our financial reporting, alongside the sustainability reporting. Whether or not we are interested, this is coming for us. And these are the questions that we have to ask ourselves as we pull it mainstream. For me, I spend almost all of my time now on ESG reporting. And I find this a hugely exciting new era of corporate reporting. And I suspect you will too as you continue on your studies.